Hello to all my friends. I would like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for the mid-month of February 2022. Now today, I'm doing all the signs here in one video. We are using every single tarot deck that I have, all 4 of the tarot card decks and 2 of my Angel Oracle card decks. The cards are already shuffled. This is going to be a very fast-paced reading. If you would like to jump ahead to yours, it is in the description with the timestamp, so you can do that. So let's get started right now. We'll waste no time. First sign up is Sagittarius. The only thing I have to do are my ritual cuts, which I always do, live and on camera. Cuts the decks into 3 different pieces and puts them back together in a separate order. Then they're ready to go. That one's ready. Sagittarius getting this deck here. So let's take a little peek into the middle of February here. So here comes Sagittarius. Big theme here. I'm going to need an oracle. Okay, a lot of Sagittariuses are dealing with a level of toxicity here in the middle of February. Getting something right, purification process. This is not saying that it's done yet. It's not saying maybe you haven't even started yet. It depends on really where you're at with the different Sagittariuses are going to be coming in here in different little spectrums here. So some of them are going to be further along and are already dealing with this and know exactly what I'm talking about. Others of you have kind of just gotten into this, just starting to get something purified here, get something straightened out. They show a change in the wind. So this is movement. This is energy moving. Things are changing, hopefully for the better. You know, sometimes the storm has to come in and blow all the leaves down so that the new leaves can grow. And that's kind of the energy of what's going on here for a lot of my Sagittariuses here in the middle of the month. They do show the death card, so that is a renewal. A complete clean slate is what they're offering you, basically, with this toxicity getting purified, with this change occurring, is that you get a chance to do something all over again here, perhaps better. It's not a bad thing by any means to get a chance to do it again, because you're doing it over with the knowledge that you've already accrued, and you can use that and like I said, build back better. You can do it again better, not make the same mistakes that you did before, all that kind of stuff. They do show that there's also a social element to this. So social health, emotional health, also very important coming in here in the middle of February. They do show a good camaraderie here with friends and social interactions and family and close friends, all that good stuff, going out with friends, having fun. So good time to do all that stuff as well. It's coming in very good. Of course, you don't want to go overboard with that, but it's not showing that at all. It's actually showing that this is in check and things are good. So I need to go back to the main card here, the Hierophant card inverted. That is my toxicity card. We need to get this thing straightened out. There is something here that is not pure. Things need to be done the right way here. And Spirit is also saying that things need to be done full here. 100%, that is what the death card represents. It is energetic, no remnants from the past. It is a complete energetic change. And like I said, a change in the wind is coming for a lot of my Sagittariuses. Some of you are already going through it. So there's your advice for the middle of the month. Let's move on to Taurus. Taurus is next. They started me out with a heavy one there. All right, Taurus, let's see what you guys got. Taurus, middle of the month. Okay. Tauruses, we're starting with a small victory here in the middle of the month. It's good to see. You know, small victories should not ever be discredited or discounted or just like, oh, you know, it's just a small little thing. You know, small victories add up. They're important. It's a step in the right direction is really what it is. Now, what this is going to be specifically for you, Taurus, it's going to be different for everybody. But it's a small victory. It's not like a huge win, but it's a small one. And it's a nice little, you know, whether it's something at work, a spot bonus, or whether you're making more money, you're getting a raise, or whether it's just like, you know, you were gifted something from a relative, or, you know, any kind of small victory is such almost like the most vague card in the tarot deck. So me speculating on what that can be for you is almost a waste of time. Let's continue with the next card. They show the King of Swords here inverted. This is saying that they really want you to make up your mind about something here in the middle of the month. It's almost time to kind of take more control of up here, of your thoughts, what's going on, your decision-making process. It's almost like some of you Tauruses are letting other people dictate which way this goes, and Spirit really wants you to kind of take back the control here. They end with the Two of Pentacles, so that's showing that a lot of you are juggling 2 different areas of your life, which most of us do. It's very common. And for most people, this is work and family, or another word for your family corner is your love corner. So family and home life, and work over here is the main juggling act. Now this can also be parts of health, like if you're going through something hard with health, or if even you're going through hard financial times, it can be your financial corner that's doing this juggling act too. But those are the main ones for most people. They show that you guys are doing a really good job of this and handling it well, but you're going to also need to continue that when this card comes in. So there we go for Taurus. Next up is Virgo. Virgo is next. I do need to do a discard here. Let me just see something from before. That was fine. I do need to discard here to see if, because we have a lot of blockages here for Virgo, see if I need to upright. And I do. So everything's getting turned around here. The order needs to stay the same. Very, very important in tarot. Got some people here also. Let me, person, no. Person, no. Okay. Oracle. Lots of cards here for Virgo. All right, Virgo, the first thing they're talking about is good luck. Thank goodness we have good luck coming in here. So there's forces that are going your way that are not basically have nothing to do with you or the people around you or any of that stuff. It's really just good luck. It's just things just working out in your favor. Favorous, I'm making up words now, but things and events happening that just benefit you. Very good thing to see there. They do show that there is an action here in work. That's very good. They want to push this action in your work corner, whether it's work, business, enterprise, area of study, if you're learning something new, or even working on a retirement, or wherever you're at with your work corner. It's a very diverse and big corner of a lot of Virgo's lives. They're pushing action here. So if there's anything that you've been thinking about doing in your work corner, this middle of the month here in February is a really good time to take that action, whether it's going for a better job or applying for a different job or whatever it is in that category. Starting a new business, they're pushing action here. Just keep that in mind. We end with taking great authority of your love corner. This is very good to see. Really owning it for what it is, being accountable for what it is, taking great authority. I go back to that. Really the authoritative card is the King here, King of Cups. So your friends, your family, your love relationships, all that very, very coming in very good, checking in very clear. So that's where Virgo is. And then the Oracle Angel card they came in was go the distance here. So they want you to see something through. Don't check out early. Hang in there. Whatever it is that you're going through, make sure that you don't, like I said, check out early. Probably the best way to put it. It's like they're telling you that this is a marathon. Whatever it is that you Virgos are going through and dealing with here, you have some good luck coming in. That's the good news. And you have some action being pushed, and they're complimenting a lot of things here, but they want you to see this through, go the distance. It's a marathon. It is not a sprint. It's not going to get over it. If you're going through a hard time, for example, this is something that is going to take some effort and, some steps. It's not going to be like a quick one and done. And go the distance here. It can be talking about a lot of different things here. Usually it's, Spirit's trying to be very clear here. They're not trying to confuse you in any way. So whatever you feel that they're talking about in your life that they want you to go the distance with is probably what it means for you. So there we go for Virgo. Very good. Next up is Leo. I have to do a deck change, I should say, for Leo. So I'm going to do that real quick, as well as ritual cut it. This deck is expired, and we go over here for Leo. Here's the ritual cuts for Leo. Cuts the deck into 3 different pieces, puts it back together, separate order, and we're ready to go. All right, Leo, middle of the month. Simple themes here for my Leos. We start with a little bit of mental constriction, things are a little tight. This could be up here. This could also be physical situations. So let me give you an example of what this could be. This could be like you're really tied down at work. You're not completely tied down. They're not showing the card. There is a card for that where they show that, you just have no freedom, no mobility at all. You can't get anything done or whatever's going on. They didn't show that. They showed that this is like a half constriction time here in February, so just keep that in mind. And like I said, a lot of that can be up here. The sword suit, it's the 8 of Swords card, can be very mental. The Swords is a very cerebral suit, so keep that in mind, that this constriction could be up here, something that you're dealing with that is illusionary, not even real. And if that's the case, don't worry about it, because why would you waste your time with something that is not even perhaps here yet? Usually illusionary stuff is things worrying about either the past or the future, stuff that's not in the moment. We have the Nine of Cups here coming in next. This is inverted. So this is saying that something that was unsuccessful, and that may be what a lot of you are feeling kind of constricted or constrained about, or maybe even kind of torn. They do show in the card that there is a woman and a guy kind of standing back to back. So you might be in a position where you're kind of not seeing things eye to eye with another person, and that there is some kind of unsuccessful level coming in your family, your love corner, even possibly a friend. It doesn't have to be like a lover in your love corner. It could be really anybody that you're kind of at odds with. So there's a level of unsuccess there. It is probably very transitory. The Spirit didn't come in and make a big deal out of this. They're just talking about what is going on for a lot of my Leos right now. So that's what we have for Leo. Next up is Aquarius. Here we go, Aquarius, middle of the month. Came in completely blocked, so I will discard to see if we leave it that way, and we do. So they want this blocked on purpose, Aquarius. They want to talk about how a lot of you have a real hard time leaving something behind here in the middle of the month, really letting go or leaving it behind. It's the card of turning your back to something and walking away from it and never looking back, returning, or wondering what if. They're saying that a lot of you are hesitating to do that. You're very kind of stuck in that moment or in that emotion, and they really want you to go on the offensive about this. The next card I have there is the Seven of Wands. It's inverted, so it moves from a defensive definition into an offensive definition. So they really want you to go after getting this done, whatever it is that you're leaving behind here. This is very full moon energy, and we are right in that full moon zone. So it's really a good time to get anything out of your life that doesn't fit. And that's what they really are pushing here for my Aquariuses. So whether this is a person, for some of you this could be a person, for others of you this could be like a bad habit, or maybe even actual stuff. Let's say you have to get a project done or clear out a garage or something like that. Get something out of your life that doesn't need to be there anymore. That's really what they wanted me to remind Aquarius right here in the middle of the month. Very good. Next we have Scorpio. Scorpio is next. Big theme there for Scorpio. And we have completely blocked and completely big themes. Let me do a discard here. And they do want it all uprighted. So we have probably, well, it is the biggest theme that can possibly come up in this style of reading. I have 3 major arcana cards out of 3 cards. So that is 100% if you're keeping track of the statistics. First thing they show here for Scorpio, and I guess I need to also, I'm being reminded to tell you too that shows how importantly relevant this is in the middle of the month. It's very bad with details. It doesn't tell me a lot of details usually, but it drives home themes. Very important for themes. First thing they say is a decision being made. We have the Judgment card coming in. A lot of Scorpios have made a major decision here in the middle of the month. Going to be about different things for different Scorpios depending where you're at. But the most recent major decision that you've made is probably the one they're referring to here. They're saying that you have made really taken great authoritative strides here. For a lot of you, this is work related. They're letting me know that. This is very authoritative with work, very boss-like energy coming in. Very good. If there's anything with work that you've been kind of wavering on, this is a good time also to kind of stand up and take more charge, take more control of what's going on with your work corner. We end with the Strength card here, so they're letting you know that you have all the tools here. You're not missing anything. That's great news, because they're basically saying you have all the tools in your toolbox. You don't have to wait, you don't have to delay, you can just go right ahead and do whatever it is that you're trying to do. No reason to delay, hesitate, go for it. No procrastination. They do show TikTok in my Oracle Angel card, so that's just letting me know that timing is major here. Very, very important to get the timing right. So that's why I go back and I push the work thing a little harder. This may not be about work, but for a lot of you, this will be, and that's why they bring in wands here in the mix. And also TikTok, they don't want you to miss the timing of this. So really keep your opportunities open, your eyes open, so you don't miss great things here right in the middle of the month for my Scorpios. So there we go. Okay, so that takes us to Aries. Aries is next. We're using this deck and the angel card deck for the oracles. That's the first time we will be using that, so they both need to be ritual cut. Basically cuts the deck into 3 different pieces, and we put them back together in a separate order. Then they're ready to go. Same thing with this deck. Get over there. Okay, we are ready, Aries, so here we go. No pressure. Middle of the month, February. 3 cards for you guys. We need to do a discard. We have some blockages. They want them upright. So we are going to read everything crisp, clear, and precise. All right, Aries, first thing they talk about here is war and chaos, going through hard times here in the middle of the month. For some of you, this is, it feels love-related to me. However, they did not come out and say that. I'm just making that clear. I don't want to put words in Spirit's mouth here. They show the card of war and chaos. So this is just, it could be fights, it could be disagreements, going through conflict. Nonetheless, conflict is probably the better word for the card. It just shows that, it's there are wins and losses in war. Nothing is ever like a clean victory. There are always casualties on both sides. That's really what this energy of the card is about. So they're letting you know, first of all, that those of you who are going through something here for my Aries right now, middle of the month, that's really who this message is for. Let's say, for example, you're one of those Aries that is just like completely detached from that message. Everything's going great. Life is good. Probably not for you. This is more of the message for those people who need this one. Next, they show the Hermit card. So a lot of you Aries are spending some time alone here in the middle of the month, and that's actually okay. If it wasn't okay, they would have come out and shown me that they want you to turn this around and they want you to spend more time with other people. They didn't do that. They showed that you're being guided. They show that it's okay to be alone right now, and that's actually okay. You'll actually learn the most about yourself when you're alone. Kind of looking inward instead of outward. Next, we show the Hierophant card. This is the card of community, taking care of your people, a very do right card. No toxicity. There can be no toxicity in my Aries life here in the middle of the month at all whatsoever. 0. Okay, guys, can't happen. Also, purification comes up. Some of you are perhaps dieting or purifying certain parts of your life, even if it's not diet. Maybe some of you are just really kind of doing friend purges, like figuring out, some of these friends aren't really on my side. They just aren't really good for me or whatever. So doing things the right way, no cutting corners, no cheating, very on the up and up there is the advice there for Aries. And that's what's going to help you get through kind of the conflict that we talked about in the very first card. So there we go for Aries. Next up is Gemini. Gemini is ready. Gemini, middle of the month. Okay, Gemini, you guys came in very clear and crisp also. First thing we want to talk about, Gemini, is small disagreements, small little fights. May not feel like that to you, may feel large. Spirit saying this is just minor stuff. Let's not worry about it, okay? Little stuff, not worth ruining friendships over, not worth ruining relationships over, losing a job over for some of you, all that kind of stuff. So whatever this conflict is that they come up and are talking about here as little stick fights between usually 2 people, usually equal level people here too. It's usually not like your boss. It would be like a coworker or like a sibling if you're fighting with somebody like that. Could be your partner too, but they did not come out and say that. We do have some other messages that kind of imply such things later on, that this is more love related and more family corner related than work. But for some of you, it could be work. I have to bring it up because it's a wand card. It's the 5 of Wands. Next, we have the Page of Cups. This is my love messenger. So we have love message coming in here middle of the month for quite a lot of my Geminis. Now, this is a love correspondence. It can be a lot of different things, to be quite honest. It's hard to pinpoint. It's almost a waste of my time to speculate because it's going to be so different for different Geminis along the spectrum. And regardless, it is a love correspondence. So let me just give you a couple examples so you get the energy of what I'm referring to. It could be like, somebody reaching back out to you who you've lost touch with, who you haven't talked with in a while, somebody that you care about greatly, something like that. Love message could also be, hearing that, hearing news that, family's coming in next month. You're going to spend more time with, your cousin that you haven't seen in 10 years or, something like that. So it's a love correspondence coming in, and I view it as a positive thing. They show that there's going to be two people spending more time together here for my Geminis, and it is a very kind of a romantic-y, couple-y card. However, I don't want to tie that down too tight. You may be spending more time with your partner if you're in a relationship, but if you're single, I go back to that previous message of that love message. You're spending more time with somebody else here. And it could be a close friend of yours, or it could be, like I said, to do with that love correspondence. Like, okay, well, so-and-so is coming into town now, and now, you have company for a week, and you guys are going to be hanging out and doing more things together, or, something like that. So it's really a relationship between two people and spending more time together in that way. So that's what we have for Gemini, middle of the month. Next up is Capricorn. Capricorn is next. Okay, short and sweet Capricorn. They're letting me know some of you, they really want authority here in your love corner. They're showing that there are people that some of you are dealing with that are not, they do not have your best interest at heart. They're a little shady characters. They are shysty, or, some of them could actually be thieves. It is the card of theft and loss, or deceit here in the Seven of Swords. But we start with the King of Cups. So this is really taking control of that family love corner of yours. It may not even be relationship related. This might not have anything to do with your partner at all. Of course it may, but at the same time, let's say, for my singles, right? They're not talking about a partner because you're single. You don't have a partner. So in that case, they're letting you know to kind of keep your eye out, that there's an air of deceit around you right here in the middle of the month. They want you to keep your eyes open so you catch it. So regardless of what your relationship status is, this is family, friends, usually close friends, but also, some of us have what we call close friends that really aren't. At the end of the day, they really don't have your back and they don't support you. So all that kind of stuff can come up. So really the whole idea here is just keep your eyes open. Be on the lookout. And if you know who I'm talking about here and you know what Spirit is saying, you can kind of help push this along or speeding it up. You can expedite this process and start getting rid of this person or the energy that they're talking about here. Also, good time here in the middle of the month I don't think this is that much about this, but since it's a general reading, I always have to give you this definition too. Good month, or good middle of the month here. Good time, good window of opportunity to keep your doors locked in your car, in your house. Don't leave belongings and possessions out in the open. Also be careful about losing things and misplacing them, because that can also come in with the loss part of that card. So that's what we have for Capricorn. More of a warning there than anything else. They just want you to avoid that altogether. So hopefully we're able to do that. So that deck is expired. We're going to be moving on to my last deck here, my bird deck. Libra is next. We're going to ritual cut Libra and get underway. Got a jumper. There we go. All right, Libra, here we go, middle of the month. Cards just jumping all over the place here for Libra. Okay, short and sweet. First thing they want to bring up is we have a message coming in here in the middle of the month, very health related, could be financial also, very hard to pinpoint. It is the Page of Pentacles, and Pentacles are money, so it could be a money message. It can also be a health message, because health also falls into the Pentacle kind of umbrella. They say that most of you are aware of what I'm talking about, that you have your eyes on the prize, you're aware of what's going on, you see this thing very clearly, nothing is getting beyond you. So it's very good. It's a good time for you to be sharp and to, trust yourself, trust your intuition and just your emotions and your insight in your gut, I guess, more than anything else. They're saying that you are really on top of this, whatever is going on here for my Libras. They do show that there is an element of hard work. We have another pentacle. This makes me feel like we're even talking about more money here. That hard work is it's a good time to chop it out. It's a good time to kind of chop that wood, so to speak. Like if you're a lumberjack, I'm relating to another card, another oracle card, but the energy of that is the same. They're basically saying chop wood. It's time to get it out, make money while the going is good. You know, the iron, strike when the iron's hot. It's just a very, very good time here for Libra. A good time to make money. Good time to improve health too. You know, the health message there is a little bit subdued. It's a little smaller, but it's not. I can't let it go altogether. Good time to work on finances. Great time to work on health also. So there we go for Libra. And you're seeing it very clearly, so you know what to do. That's good because, you know, then I don't have to tell you what to do. Next up is Cancer. Cancer, middle of the month. Blocked. Let's do a discard. And they want to upright that. Order needs to stay the same. All right, Cancer. First thing they want to talk about here is the Hoarder card. It's a good time for my Cancers to stop being a hoarder in this position. It's time to stop being a hoarder, to let something go. This could be a possession of yours that you've been hanging on to too long, like say maybe it's time to sell the car, or maybe it's time to sell the house, even though there's emotional attachment there. And you know, whatever it is for you, they're showing that you guys are some of you are having a hard time with this. You letting something go, and you're just hanging on to something way too long, past the point of its prime, and it's time for you to kind of get outside of it, or at least, you know, think logically enough that you can detach yourself from this emotionally and kind of like see it more clearly. And that way you're not being hindered, or it's kind of like working against you. You're not walking uphill, so to speak. The next thing they show here is that there's actually good work kind of mojo coming in here. I don't even think that this is connected necessarily to the Hoarder card. Now, it can be, and let me just, since it's a general reading, let me give it to you a couple different ways. Some of you may be in a job for too long, and it's just comfortable for you, and it's whatever you're used to. Maybe it's time to pursue something new. They have Ace of Wands coming here next. It's a brand new beginning in your work corner. Learning something new, entrepreneurship, new business, could even be collegiate courses if you're thinking about going back and learning something new, or taking a certification or something like that. All that comes in very, very good the middle of the month here for my Cancers. Now, if it's detached, it's just two separate messages. The messages don't change. They're just not about the same exact thing. So we still have work, good work, mojo, juice, energy, vibes coming in very, very good here for my Cancers. So whatever that is for you, it's going to be different for my different Cancers, kind of along the spectrum of where that sits for you, but it's very good to take advantage of. So no matter what, it's a good thing. So there we go for Cancer. And then we're going to wrap up here with Pisces. Pisces is my last sign. You guys are last. Here we go. Last but not least. Blocked also. I need to discard to see if we're going to leave it, and we're also going to upright it. It seems to be the theme for this entire reading. Okay, Pisces. First thing that comes up is a really good connection between spiritual plane and physical plane. So this is a very good like yoga type energy. Very good balance between spirit world, this world. Spirituality is kicking in very good. That is one definition of this card. The other one is that this can be a very large purchase. For some of you, this could be animal related. They're showing me that this may be something to do with the pet. Hopefully this is a good purchase, like, you know, buying a new pet, or buying a new, you know, nice new kennel for your pet, or a nice new bird cage for your bird, or something like that. And not like you're forking out a lot of money for like a procedure or a surgery or something like that. Hopefully it's a good, you know, big purchase here coming in. Now, I don't want to tie it down specifically to pet only. It is just something that's popping in, and, you know, I'm feeling there. But this can also be a big purchase in other areas of your life too. And when that is the case, it's usually a very positive purchase, usually a very beneficial one, and usually quite large, you know, like a car or a house, something like that. Maybe a house is a little bit extravagant for that, but a car is a really good example of such a thing. Now, for some of you, this could even be like a new TV or a new entertainment center, or anything that you would consider a big purchase. So I would say that if something like this is something that you have been considering, I would take this advice and go ahead and go do it. I wouldn't go and buy a big purchase just because I'm saying that it's coming up. But if it's something that you've already kind of decided and you're just waiting for the timing on, this presents itself as a really good timing to do so. They're saying some of you are having a really hard time pulling the trigger with this, making up your mind. It's really kind of like up here. For whatever reason, you guys are really kind of in your own head about this. And I'm not really sure why. And I'm not even sure Spirit is understanding why either. They're kind of like as puzzled as I am, I feel like, here in this card. Because this is my heartbreak card. So there's a level of heartbreak involved here. And it could even be, like, letting go of one thing to purchase another, like trading in an old car that you really care about and had great memories in and so forth to get a new one. Same could be done for house, etc. So that's really the vibe here for Pisces. Not a bad thing, just kind of a perhaps confusing time. Don't get stuck in illusionary stuff. If it's all in your head, do what you can to work through that. Think logically and, detach yourself emotionally as much as possible. I know it's hard to do, especially for you Pisces, but that's really what they're showing here. So we have a good connection between spirit world and earth plane, and we also have big purchases coming in there. So any of that can be used, hopefully, to your benefit, Pisces. So there we go. So that is going to wrap up all 12 of the signs. I want to thank you so much for joining. I do these every single month, so please like and subscribe so you see the future videos, and I'll see you soon. Take care.